Listen here, child. Have a seat beside me while I tell you of a great man who once lived. His name was Franz Joseph Haydn. As an accomplished violinist and composer, Franz Joseph Haydn is one of the foundational figures of the classical era of music. His career, which spanned from the end of the 18th century to the early 19th century, was far ahead of his time in its innovation and range of development. A true aristocrat of music and a paragon of the classical era, Haydn's compositions and performing style have been studied and taught for centuries by musicians of all social standing. It behooves us, then, to take a moment to consider this classical giant, the prolific Franz Joseph Haydn, and his contribution to music culture. The works of Franz Joseph Haydn, a classically trained composer, have continued to influence music to this day. He was renowned for his ability to compose in virtually any musical genre, ranging from symphonies to chamber works to operas. His use of dynamics, contrast, and variety in his pieces also made them unique, allowing them to stand the test of time. Furthermore, Haydn was known for his ability to connect with his audience. Through his music, he was able to convey emotions and evoke the imagination of listeners. For all these reasons, Haydn is considered one of the most influential composers of all time. His works continue to be performed and studied by musicians around the world, and his impact on music history is undeniable. Franz Joseph Haydn is widely regarded as one of the most important figures in the history of classical music. His contributions to the genre span across a wide range of musical styles, from the early classical period to the later Romantic period. As a composer, Haydn was incredibly prolific, having written over 100 symphonies and numerous chamber works. His symphonies are often considered the foundation of the classical style, as they set the tone for the works of subsequent composers. His works often featured the use of the orchestra, which in turn helped to create a more unified sound. In addition, Haydn's compositions often featured the use of long, complex forms, such as the sonata, which helped to create a sense of structure and coherence in his work. Haydn's influence on musical composition continued long after his death, and his works are still performed and enjoyed today. Through his works, Haydn was able to create a lasting legacy that has impacted the way classical music is composed and performed today. Franz Joseph Haydn was born in 1732 in the Austrian village of Rohrau. He came from a humble background and was the second of 12 children. Despite this, Haydn's musical talents were recognized early on, and he was sent to study with a local choir master. Haydn's career began as a choir boy, but he soon transitioned to a career as a musician and composer. In 1761, he was appointed as the music director for the Esterhazy family, one of the wealthiest and most powerful families in Austria. Haydn spent over 30 years in the service of the Esterhazy family, during which time he composed a vast body of work, including over 100 symphonies, numerous operas, and a wide variety of chamber and vocal music. After his tenure with the Esterhazy family, Haydn retired and moved to Vienna, where he continued to compose and perform. His later years were marked by a renewed popularity and recognition of his work. He traveled to London, where he conducted his music and composed his two symphonies. Haydn's music is characterized by its balance, clarity, and emotional depth. He is considered to be one of the founders of the classical style of music, which emerged in the late 18th century. Haydn's innovations in orchestration
and laid the foundation for the music of Mozart and Beethoven, both of whom were his students. One of Haydn's most famous works is his set of 6 Paris symphonies, composed between 1795 and 1796, which were a huge success,
and established his reputation as one of the leading composers of his time. The Creation and the Seasons
are also considered among his most renowned works.
Haydn's influence on the development of classical music cannot be overstated. He is often referred to as the father of the symphony
and father of the string quartet for his important contributions to those genres. In addition to his work as a composer, Haydn was also an accomplished performer and conductor. He was a skilled keyboard player,
and he often conducted his own music. He also had a reputation as a gifted improviser,
and would often entertain audiences with impromptu performances on the piano.
In conclusion, Franz Joseph Haydn, despite his humble origins, made a profound impact on the world of classical music.
Through his innovative compositions and his contributions to the development of the symphony and string quartet, his music continues to be enjoyed by audiences around the world, and his legacy lives on.
Okay, now run along, child. This old man is tired and needs to rest.